Welcome to our podcast. Today, we have a riveting lineup of topics that illustrate how technology continues to reshape our daily lives. We're diving into the controversy surrounding Waymo's robotaxi services in San Francisco, discussing the significant leadership transition at Apple, and unpacking the rapid growth of buy now, pay later services. Joining me today is our guest, an expert in tech and business trends. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. There's certainly a lot to discuss, especially with how these developments influence our lives and the broader tech landscape.
Absolutely. Let's kick things off with Waymo. Recently, the company faced backlash in San Francisco over its robotaxi services. There were reports of incidents involving these autonomous vehicles, including one where a Waymo robotaxi disrupted traffic and caused confusion among drivers. What are your thoughts on this?
It's definitely a hot topic. Waymo's expansion into San Francisco was seen as a significant step for autonomous driving technology, but incidents like these highlight the challenges of real-world implementation. People are understandably concerned about safety. In fact, a survey by the California Department of Motor Vehicles found that more than half of residents are apprehensive about self-driving cars.
Right. And that skepticism is compounded by the fact that these vehicles are navigating complex urban environments. Critics argue that Waymo might be moving too quickly. Do you think they underestimated the public's readiness for this technology?
I do think they miscalculated. Public acceptance of autonomous vehicles is still a work in progress, and incidents like traffic disruptions only fuel that skepticism. Companies like Waymo need to prioritize transparency and communication with the public to build trust. It's not just about the technology working, it's about the people feeling safe and secure using it.
That's a valid point, and it seems like the regulatory environment is also playing a role in how these services evolve. The California Public Utilities Commission is reviewing Waymo's operations and weighing potential restrictions. What do you think might come from that?
It's likely that we'll see stricter regulations or guidelines introduced, which could slow down Waymo's expansion plans. Regulatory bodies are under pressure to ensure public safety, and they may put measures in place to ensure these vehicles operate in a safe manner. We've seen this pattern before with other tech innovations, where regulators need time to catch up.
Shifting gears a bit, let's talk about Apple. The news of Tim Cook possibly stepping down has certainly created a buzz. He's been at the helm since 2011, and his leadership has been pivotal in shaping Apple's identity. How significant do you think this potential transition is for the company and its future?
It's monumental. Tim Cook has not only led Apple through incredible growth, but has also emphasized values like sustainability and privacy. His departure could mean a shift in company culture, especially if the new leader has a different vision for innovation or product strategy. Apple has set a high bar for itself, and the new leadership will need to maintain that momentum.
Right. And on top of that, Apple is currently facing a legal setback with a hefty fine from the European Union over antitrust issues. They're being accused of using their App Store dominance to stifle competition. How do you think this impacts their market strategy moving forward?
It definitely complicates things. The fine, which is reported to be over $10 billion, is a significant hit. Apple may need to rethink its App Store policies to avoid further legal issues. This could lead to increased competition and possibly lower prices for consumers, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it could also disrupt Apple's revenue streams.
Hot! It's intriguing how these legal challenges can have a ripple effect on innovation and customer experience. Do you think Apple will be able to adapt quickly enough to mitigate any potential fallout?
They have a strong track record of adapting to challenges, but it will take strategic planning. Apple's ecosystem is closely knit, and any changes to the App Store could impact developers and users alike. They may have to focus on enhancing their other services and products to offset any losses from app-related revenue.
That makes sense. Now let's dive into the rise of buy now, pay later services. These services have exploded in popularity, especially among younger consumers. What's driving this trend, and what are the potential pitfalls?
The convenience factor is huge. Consumers love the flexibility of being able to split payments over time without incurring interest. At least for most services, companies like Klarna and Afterpay have made it easy to shop online and check out with just a few clicks. However, the concern lies in the potential for consumers to overextend themselves financially, leading to debt.
Exactly. And there's growing scrutiny over whether these services are encouraging irresponsible spending. Recently, there have been calls for more regulation in this space. Do you think that's necessary?
Yes, I believe it's essential. As more consumers rely on these services, especially younger ones who may not fully understand the long-term implications, regulation could help ensure that lenders are transparent about fees and terms. It could also help protect consumers from falling into debt traps.
Transparency is key. It's also worth noting that some financial experts are warning about the long-term effects of buy now, pay later on credit scores and financial health. What advice would you give to consumers who are considering using these services?
I'd advise consumers to read the fine print carefully and to only use buy now, pay later if they're confident they can meet the payment deadlines. It's important to treat it like any other form of credit. Budgeting and understanding one's financial situation can help prevent any unpleasant surprises down the road.
Great advice. It's crucial for consumers to remain informed and cautious. As we wrap up, what do you think is the overarching theme across all these topics we've discussed today?
The common thread is the intersection of technology and societal impact. Whether it's autonomous vehicles, shifts in corporate leadership at major tech firms, or new payment methods, technology is evolving rapidly, but it's essential for companies to consider the human element. Balancing innovation with safety and ethical practices is key to long-term success.
Absolutely. And that's a theme that resonates with many aspects of our lives today. Thank you so much for your insights and for joining us to discuss these important issues.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And for our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode and want to stay updated on the latest in tech and business news, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and share it with your friends. Until next time, stay informed and curious.